In this video, we're going to use U substitution again. And when we use U substitution with quadratics, we are definitely focused on that middle term. Whatever the variable expression is that is attached to that middle term, we are going to let U equal that variable expression. And you'll check your first term, but as you can see, the first term is the square of the middle term. So this is going to work for us. So we can rewrite the expression, the original given expression, as U squared minus 3U minus 108 equals 0. Remember that U is a placeholder, and right now it's holding the place of 4y plus 2, the expression 4y plus 2. Now let's use the quadratic formula to factor, you could factor this, but we can also use the quadratic formula to identify the two U values, so we're going to do that. A is 1, understood coefficient of the first term is 1, B is negative 3, and C is negative 108. So with our quadratic formula, we can look at the discriminant, the B squared minus 4AC, and we can plug in the negative 3 for B, 1 for A, and negative 108 for C. And when you evaluate this, that's going to be, that negative 3 is going to be squared and give you positive 9 minus, and then 4 times 1 times negative 108. All of that will give you a positive 441 as our discriminant. And we can take the square root of that and see if it's a perfect square, and indeed it is. So square root of 441 is 21, and we can just substitute that into our quadratic formula. And remember, we are actually solving for U values here, so I'm going to write the formula as U is equal to negative B plus or minus, replace the radical expression with just the 21 that we just calculated, all over 2A. Now we're going to plug our other values in, so the negative of negative 3 plus or minus 21 all over 2 times 1, and that gives us two possible U values. The first possible U value is adding the positive 3 with the 21 over 2, and that gives us 12. And the second possible U value is subtracting 3 minus 21 over 2, and that evaluated will give us a negative 9. So our two U values are positive 12 and negative 9. And now it's time to get rid of the placeholder and put the original expression back in. Remember, we let U equal 4y plus 2, the expression. So we're going to put that expression back in for U in both of these cases. So 4y plus 2 is equal to 12, and 4y plus 2 is equal to negative 9. Those are our two possible answers, or those are the two equations that will lead us to the possible solutions for the original equation. So we are going to, in the first expression, equation, the 4y plus 2 equals 12, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. That'll give us 4y equals 10, and divide by 4. And when we divide by 4, keep it as a fraction. That fraction will reduce to 5 over 2. And in the second one, 4y plus 2 equals negative 9, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. That will give us a negative 11 on the right-hand side. Again, we're going to divide by 4 and keep it as a fraction, and that fraction does not reduce. So our two answers are y is equal to 5 over 2 and negative 11 over 4. Those are the two solutions to the original given equation.